for those of you that are new employers and are new to Employer U, I am going to be hosting a session for you, and we're going to go through a tour of Cougar Pathway, information about posting jobs and registering for events, and maximizing your applicant yield. We're going to talk about maximizing your applicant yield. So I'm going to tell you a couple of things that really help to engage our students. I think as recruiters, y'all are probably wanting to know, how do we catch their attention? How do we get them to apply? So here's a couple of things. Number one, with your job title, you want the job title to be engaging, but also accurate. So I know that, you know, we go through trends and we have buzzwords and we have different things that are popular at the time. Sometimes if you use something that's a more popular trending title at the time, that does attract our students' attention. I will say they are our Gen Zs, they are our millennials, and so they have always been marketed to. They really stay with the trends because of social media. And so that is just something that I would suggest doing. Also, with your job description. So this is huge. So sometimes I will go in and will approve job descriptions, and I will look at a job description and I don't know what to do. I'm like, oh my goodness, because it's like one just extended paragraph. There's no bullets, no nothing. It's just blah, 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 blah. Okay, so what happens when a student sees that is they check out. I can tell you right now, they just check out. And so I will always suggest, for your job description, be very clear, be very concise, use bullets. Bullets are your friend. How many of you know, if you see a paragraph of information and it looks overwhelming, it's just human nature. We kind of go, ah, but if you see something that's bulleted and you can follow the list, so here's the duties, here's the qualifications, I would highly suggest that you use that when you post these jobs, your internship opportunities, anything in marketing to Gen Zs, millennials, bullets are your friend. All right. So
I don't have an update. I'm still not able to share. I'm going to see if Larissa can hop over here and share.
Okay, thank you. When selecting majors. So I'm going to give you guys an example of for a technology degree. So let's say you come to me and you say, hey, Donnell, I am looking for somebody to work in IT. Well, I'm going to say, okay, well, there are four different majors at U of H for which you would want to recruit from, and all four are in a different college. I'm going to tell you, we have computer science in the College of Natural Sciences and Mathematics. We have computer information systems in the College of Technology. We have management information systems in the Bauer College of Business. And then we have computer engineering in the College of Engineering. So where you might have just selected computer science and not thought through those, you would limit yourself to only those students. We're talking about major selection options. And so, like I said, when you come in and let's say you have got something that is, it has to do with financial, maybe a financial analyst, and you say, okay, well, I want business students. Well, you would miss on, our students that are economics majors. You're going to miss on, other degrees that would be eligible to fill those positions. So please don't limit yourself. And if you don't know, if you want to know, we have hundreds of degrees, so you're welcome to contact your industry lead and we'll be glad to help you with that and to decipher what majors, so that the more you open it up, the more applicants you're going to get. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so another thing that I would tell you is in maximizing your applicant yield is allow time for marketing. So this happens sometimes. Somebody will call me and they say, hey, I need to hire somebody and I need to hire them next week. Well, what happens when, you come to me with that is that I don't have enough time to be able to market it. It's not going to sit in Cougar Pathway for any amount of time for our students to be able to see it. And so I would say allow time for marketing. And that also goes with our on-campus interviews. We ask you, schedule those 4 weeks out, a virtual meet and greet. Please schedule that 3 weeks out because we'll do the marketing for you, but we have to have the time. And for your job posting, it's going to be open for 60 days. So you can plan ahead and get it in 60 days before that hire date. And so, and I know it doesn't always work with their 60 days, but I'm just saying give it time. I want to tell you a little bit about what we do on our part. So I think once you submit a job, I'm sure you want to know, then how are you getting applicants? How are you helping me to get applicants? And so we have a bi-weekly newsletter that Larissa, who just hopped in and hopped out, she does publish this for our students. And it is personalized. So it says, Dear Brandon, check out these jobs. And so we do that every other week. We also have a hashtag Now Hiring series where during the fall and spring semesters, we have a video that is made and we spotlight 3 jobs each week. Now, this is something that if you are not seeing your applicant yield where you want it to be, you can contact me and I can make that one of our featured Now Hiring jobs. Another part of the Now Hiring campaign is our job of the day. So if you are on any of our social media, particularly Instagram and LinkedIn, you're going to see that we share a job every day. On LinkedIn, I try and go in, and if you're on LinkedIn and you're the featured job, I will check out the employer, and I will tag you in LinkedIn, and I also send you an email and invite you to come over, follow our LinkedIn, and check us out, and you can see if students are commenting on that job, and I can give you insight as to how many views we've had and how we turn those into applications. Social media, we use our social media to share out positions. And so you are welcome to do that as well. I really want you to know you can tag us. You can, if you have a job posting and it's in Cougar Pathway and you put it on your Insta, tag us. We'll reshare. We will put it out there. If you're on LinkedIn, we'll, share your post. We need it to be in Cougar Pathway so a student can apply, but we will share that. So make sure that you're connecting with us that way. Now, if you, we go through these kind of regular steps and you're still not seeing your applicant yield where you want it to be, I also have an invitation to apply email that I'm able to send to all the eligible students that are, our system will tell us who's eligible for your position according to the criteria you selected. And I will email those students and I'll say, hey, again, it's personalized. Hey, Susie, you are qualified for this position and you are invited to apply. I put your logo and I put our logo and I say, that you are invited to apply for this certain position. So this is how we would promote your jobs. Okay, so next slide is our best practices and tips. And so the thing that I would tell you to concentrate on is brand recognition. within with our students. So as you all know, students tend to they like to go with what they're familiar with. This is what I will tell you. And so if you are a smaller company, let's say, or you're a startup, you want to work with our office to build up your brand recognition, because I'll give you an example. We had Tesla. They came and they did a virtual meet and greet. Y'all, let me tell you, we had, okay, a Zoom meeting can hold, I believe, 300 people. We had 350, the room crashed. We had to have another session. But you know, it's because they think Tesla and they're like, oh, the car, and I want to work there. And you know, like it's popular to them. And so they flock to it. And so we have things in place where we can help you increase your brand recognition. And so you want to be seen by these students. You want to get involved. You want to be involved with student organizations. Come speak at their meetings. Like, and I will show you how to connect with student organizations. I've got that information for you. But you really want to get in there, build that brand recognition. Sponsoring events is another great way to do that. And then participating in our engagement opportunities, which I'm going to share with you in our engaging students section. Okay, so also, how many of y'all are active? If I can get give me a thumbs up or a hands up, that you're really involved in social media, like you have a social media intern, a marketing person, you tweet, you Insta, you tag. Does anybody do that? I'm trying to expand my screen so I can see everybody. So I'm not seeing, so nobody, oh, I got some, I see you, okay. All right, so here is what I'm gonna tell you. If you're not using a social media platform to its best capability. Now, I know this takes time, and I know some of you may not have the bandwidth, but if you do and you're not, let me tell you, you should. These students are tuned in to social media. If they are tuned into nothing else, it is social media. And so what we would like to do is, if you have a job and you share it, it's in Cougar Pathway, and you tag us, we can reshare and it goes out to our social media following. Now, I will tell you, the University of Houston's Instagram, just their general overall Instagram, has 96,000 followers, I believe. So when you think about filling a job and you think about in the click of you know, an enter button, that you can get in front of that many people, that's huge. That's huge as a recruiter for you. And so we can help you with things like this so that we can publicize that. Tag us, submit an article. So we just opened a new LinkedIn page. We've got a business page now so that we can interact with you. And I am always, everybody hear me? Always looking for somebody to write just a brief, it can be the briefest article, it could be 3 sentences, but if you have a tip for students, if you want to share something about your company, tell me who you are. You were voted the best place to work in Houston, Texas. Let me know. I will put it on social media. Write a short article, and you know what students relate to is going to be your story. Tell me something that helped you become a success. Share that with our students. They want to hear from you. And also, if you're into LinkedIn, I don't know how many of you are, but you also get cred for, you know, writing an article or publishing an article and doing stuff like that. So I would really encourage that. You can always reach out to me and I will be happy to help you facilitate that. Which one do you have the highest number of followers? That would be Instagram. But don't you worry, LinkedIn is coming because I just started it, so I'm on a mission. But we actually are going to push out some information about LinkedIn onto Insta. And so we do have a strong Instagram following. So that kind of gives you an idea. I think Insta is really popular right now. So if you don't have an Instagram, you should have an Instagram and you should be active on it. And what's cool is if you've ever used Instagram stories, it doesn't have to be, you can put 2 words on there, but it can be a graphic and 2 words, and students, they pick up on this. And so it doesn't have to be wordy at all. It's very quick. Comment on post, follow us, comment on the post, tag yourself, you know, just get in there and interact with us on social media. Okay, so let me ask, does anybody have any questions on what I've shared so far about applicant maximization? And I'm going to look in the chat just to make sure. Yes, you should. You can follow me anytime you want, Donnell Prince. I've got all kinds of social media, but yes, if you search at and then Coog Careers, COOG Careers, Coog Careers, you're going to find us on all social media platforms. You'll locate our YouTube channel, which we are developing out a channel that will have videos for employers as well. So y'all will have a channel coming soon. And so, but search at Coog Careers. In LinkedIn, you're going to want to search University Career Services. You can try Coog Careers, and I think it'll probably take you to some articles Caitlin has posted, and you can get back. But I am trying to work on that name and getting that searchability. But University Career Services. So definitely look for us there. Let's see. So this is what, okay. Somebody's needing a social media intern. Okay, so we can help you with that. That's what we can do. We have got the Jack Valente School of Communication. Guess what? There are amazing students in there that can do your social media intern things. And we do have employers that are looking for that, and they're able to come in and hire. So you're using social media, but not actively using for recruiting. I'm going to tell you, you should actively use it for recruiting. I promise you that it can make the difference in connecting with potential candidates, especially on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn has a service that is kind of like Indeed. And so you can look for applicants, and applicants can look for jobs. So if you didn't know that, that is definitely something that you would use. And the stats on LinkedIn are incredible. There's hundreds of thousands of people across the world that are on there, and it's all about connecting for jobs. So I've got, okay, you're moving in that direction. That is wonderful. Our Instagram handle at Coog Careers, at Coog Careers. So let's see. Do you have a list of industry leads? Yes, they are in the PowerPoint. They were shared earlier, but I'm going to send out the PowerPoint with the follow-up message. So you will have the list for Caitlin, Larissa, and I, and what industries we serve. Let's see. So we got welcome, Delaney. Oh, look at you. Go Tigers. So wonderful. We're glad to have you. Does STEM use Cougar Pathway or Handshake? They use Simplicity, which is the umbrella, I guess, developer for Cougar Pathway. Theirs is called eConnection. And I want to make this real clear. So you can enter a job one time. You only have to do it one time in our system, and we can take that job and electronically push it over to engineering. All you got to tell me is, hey, hey, Donnell, I want this to go to engineering as well. And I will send it over there. Now, the one thing that you will have to do that is a duplicate is you log into Cougar Pathway and you're going to check for applicants there. You're also going to log into eConnection. So you want to make sure you've got to log in there and you can see their applicants as well. But we can share jobs in between the two of us. So you only have to do that one time. Oh, look at all the newbies and some of, hey, Lauren. Okay, so I will send the slide deck with a follow-up message after the event, and you need help with social media. So we have students that can help with that. So definitely get in touch with me and I will talk to you about how you can get an intern. Is there any other pages with higher number of followers? So yes, so what we do is we try and share out among housing, the regular University of Houston Instagram. They don't always reshare us, but sometimes they do. And so, but housing has a huge following. And so they will reshare anything that we do. So when you're talking about getting to a lot of students at one time, it is our sharing with housing. So we network within our social media. Okay, so I think that is everything for now. Let me, I want to show you as an employer. So I'm going to log in with my employer account. So when you log in, you are going to come up to a screen. If you'll give me a second, Cougar Pathways thinking. So this is what your screen is going to look like. I want to walk you through posting a job and registering for a career fair. For those of you who have not logged into Cougar Pathway, I'll show you a slide in a second, but you go to our website, which is www.uh.edu/UCS. And the second to the last option on the right-hand side is going to be an option for Cougar Pathway. You will click on that, you'll scroll down, and that is where you log in. So when you log in with your credentials, the next thing that you're going to see is this home screen. You're going to want to watch for things here in the middle where it says the interest form. We will share announcements with you, things that are going on. So you're always going to want to check that. You also have an employer profile. I would encourage you to take a minute to look at your profile. Remember, this is what students see whenever they are searching for you and your job pops up. So if I don't have a logo entered for you, I don't have things like that, that logo does not appear in your job posting. So there's some key things that you want to do. There's also a place to, you know, enter awards and recognition and things like that. And so I think it's one thing that employers miss in going out and filling out some of that. So I would do that. Okay, so when posting a job, we're going to jobs, either on the left-hand side, you drop down and you've got job postings. I will also show you, you have shortcuts on the right side. So you can click create job posting. Okay, so this is going to bring you to this screen. So what you are going to want to do is come down and you're going to be selecting your criteria here. So you can also look up if you've had jobs previously, you can see your archive jobs and you can recopy that. But if you're starting from scratch, you're going to give me your position type. And so you're going to want to look through this and pick the best option. Please don't pick on-site internship paid and then tell me on-site internship unpaid, because I get a little confused. So then I have to stop in the process and I have to contact you. So make sure that you are only selecting those things that apply. and then you're going to go down and you'll have a series of options here. If you need help with specific options, you let me know, but they're pretty self-explanatory how you go through. You can collect your resumes by email. You can accumulate online, which we always suggest because that allows the student to go through our system. It does help us with our data as well, and keeping track and seeing how many applicants you have so that we can kind of help you out if we see there's not enough applicants. And then there's other. So you can select other if you've got an application process and students have to go through your website. I know some of you do. Then that is where you'll enter. When you click other, you're going to get a drop down box to put the URL where they would apply. So now remember, when you do that, there are still students who will apply online. So you're going to want to always come in here and check. And when you log in and you're on your home page here, it's going to tell you up here how many applicants you have. That would pop up. So the next thing I want to show you is how to register for career fairs. So you're going to go to events. The next thing is career fairs. And since ours are open, you're going to see a list of all of our career fairs right here. So you would click sign up and it's going to open the registration tab. So that is how you sign up for all of our career fairs. I'm going to go over each career fair and what it focuses on in our next section. Employer meet and greets. So this is where we have you come in. We do the marketing on the front end for you. We get students that are eligible for your job, and you come and you are able to share with them for an hour. So it's like an information session. So if you want to sign up for one of those, you click meet and greet, and you scroll down here and it's going to say request an employer meet and greet. So I would encourage you to think about hosting one of those. You do have to have a current job posting in order to be able to host a meet and greet, because we've got to be able to drive our students to where they need to apply. So let's see, our on-campus recruitment. So right now we are still in a virtual state for the fall semester, but we have a system by where we can help you to create the schedule for your interviews. We can go in, we can collect the students, drop them into time slots. Our system automatically tells a student, reminds them, it tells them when it's time for them to select their interview time. It sends a reminder to you. All of these things we can do, and then you show up and we've got you a schedule and we've got your interviews schedule, and you can follow along with it also through our system. So if that's something that you would like to do for your interviews, we welcome it, and it can be done virtually. We do have that process still in place. Now, when we come back and we're back in person, this is where you sign up and then you come and use our interview suite. So we have, I believe we have 11. It's been a while since I've been in the office. We've got 11 interview suites where you can come in, and students are able then to come to you in our office. You know, it makes it easier for them maybe in between classes. And so they can come and interview with you. So we would love to have you take advantage of that. We love to help you schedule those out and kind of take that burden of scheduling off of you. So I think that is the majority of what I wanted to show you here on Cougar Pathway. And so let me open it up to questions. I'm going to check the chat real quick and see. Ashley, you raising your hand because you have a question? or just raising, oh, maybe that was from before. Okay, let me check the chat real quick. If you have a question, you're welcome to unmute yourself and ask those of me. I want you to feel comfortable in leaving this session and knowing that you understand how to use Cougar Pathway, post jobs, post internships, see, and collect those resumes. We've got on the left menu, login. Okay, I don't see the OCR and events. Okay, so what happens is you do have to select on-campus recruiting and tell the system that you want to use those when you sign up for your account. If you didn't, that's okay. What you need to do is send an email to hireuh@uh.edu, and I can go in, or your industry lead can go in on the back end. And once they select those options for you, it will appear. So if there's something that is not appearing on your left-hand screen menu, that is usually the case, and we can fix that for you.
And you repeat the email address again?
Hire, hireuh@uh.edu.
Okay, so basically the request is to open up the access for the campus recruiting?
Absolutely, that is exactly it.
Okay, I have another question since you're there.
Yes.
So I have 2 jobs that I'm posting there, and we have a standard job application process in our websites.
Okay.
So instead of sending the resume to email or through the system, we want it to be basically follow the link on our website, and then so that they can complete the job applications, which I think there is other, and then I put in our WhatsApp link, right? So I think we had the same thing in Bauer, and what I learned from Bauer is it seems that the student just keep on sending the interested email things, the resume into the system. So instead of going into our website and follow what how to apply things. So my questions to you is, since I put on my preference on the job posting how to apply, follow this link, does the student actually see that or they don't?
Okay, so they do see that. I will say we have that happen. It does, and I honestly don't know the solution, but I tell you what I can do is let me do some research. If you'll send an email to me, you can use the HireUH. Send an email and say, hey, Donnell, I'm following up, and we had the discussion about students still applying in the system. Let me do some research and see, and go back and look and see specifically what they see. And let me see if I can give you some suggestions on how to drive them to that URL. Yeah, I'll be glad to take a look at that. And then we can work through that together, and we'll see what we can figure out. I can always call Simplicity and ask for their best practices. Have you seen this happen? If they have any suggestions. So I'd be glad to do that for you. So we can definitely help with that.
I'll send you the email. Thank you.
Okay, awesome. And I see, Kimberly, that you would love to host a meet and greet, and you have a new location and you're hiring for a number of people. I love that. So I am excited. We will be reaching out. Y'all are going to get priority registration today. So you're going to fill out an interest form, and your industry lead is going to be in touch with you to schedule your fall employer meet and greet. And so y'all actually get the first set of dates. So because you came to Employer U. So I'm excited about that. Let me check.
Now, can I ask you something? So
sure can.
So I also do consulting. So I'm a VP of HR for one company.
Okay.
And then I also do consulting for a couple of other companies that just don't have enough, a bandwidth for a whole full-time HR person.
Yes.
So I work with a couple of different industries. So the one that I mentioned in the chat is one of my one of my clients that I consult with.
Okay.
And so I have a login with them, and
Okay.
they're in the restaurant business. So
Yes.
I deal with Allison through Hilton College.
Yes. Uh-huh.
So I'm not sure how it connects together, but I know like we have a job posting there. I registered and I've kind of been following what they've given me.
Mhm.
So when we're talking about like, you know, industries that we deal with, like in my case, I have a couple of different industries completely separate from each other.
Mhm.
So maybe we can, you know, offline talk about some of those things because
Yeah.
I've signed up for like one career fair, but then I know there's probably another one I can sign up for, and you know, it's a juggle a lot of times.
Yes.
But yeah, also on the, you know, Hilton College side, like how that kind of ties in with the overall program.
Yes. So the Hilton College and University Career Services, we work hand in hand together. And so we also share oh y'all, I'm okay. I'm gonna answer this question. I see all of your questions in the chat, and I will follow up with you, or you can email hire@uh.edu because I'm cutting into y'all's break time. So I'm trying to not do that. But yes, Kimberly, let's schedule a time to get together, and I can explain, you know, how we work together, and we can also come up with kind of a customized plan for you to manage the different industries and what career fairs would be for what industry, and how to best connect with those to the, you know, student groups that you're looking for in your hiring criteria. So I'd be glad to do that. I would enjoy it.
Great, thank you.
Okay, you are welcome. So with that, I am going to have you email me at hireuh@uh.edu. If I did not get to your question, I will also be downloading the chat with this recording. So I will try and get back to everybody as best